Cymbeline is one of the most rarely performed of Shakespeare plays, and certainly not for its lack of theatricality. I think, first of all, it was one of his later plays, and the styles are somewhat different, and especially in the classroom, even at the university level, the later plays, even Winter's Tale and a variety of the last ones, other than Tempest, weren't studied a lot and weren't performed a lot. One of the reasons is that they seem more decorative than theatrical, and that's totally upside down. It was Shakespeare at his most theatrical. Cymbeline is almost like a fairy tale on speed. It's got so many different wonderful stories and odd characters. You've got mountain men living up in the mountains, but they happen to have a secret background. And you've got the young couple that marries without the king's permission, and they get banished and reviled for that. You have, of course, in Shakespeare, a princess dressing up as a boy and traveling through the countryside. You've got the Roman Empire coming in to demand tribute of the Britons who haven't been paying it properly, and the Britons decide to stand up to them. So you've got battle scenes with Roman soldiers and old medieval warriors. There's a wonderfully goofy character that really could be part of a cartoon version that's called Cloten, who is so full of himself and has no idea that he has no clue of what's going on, and that nobody likes him, because he assumes, since he's the Queen's son, everybody ought to like him. And then there is a marvelous Italian member of the Roman army who is quite the Lothario and makes a bet that he can seduce some other fellow's wife, but has to resort to trickery to pretend that he did it. And all of these different plot lines go off in all different directions, but they're open, they're apparent, they're easy to follow, and at the end they all manage to come back together in sort of the Disney version of the happy ending where everything gets worked out. It's a show that I think the audience will find surprisingly easy to follow. I think we've got a terrific cast for it that's all excited about doing it. The two times I've seen it, I will say, without saying where I saw it, that they weren't extraordinary productions, and yet they were still very enjoyable. So I think that with the talent we have, and the fact that we've worked together so long, and that the company has developed over 12 years an ability to speak the language clearly and comprehensively, I think Cymbeline's going to be quite a treat, and one that you might not get a chance to see anytime soon if you don't see it now. It probably might be a decade or two before it might crop up again in the area. So I hope you'll be interested in joining us for it.
Ohio Shakespeare Festival Cymbeline will play August 1st through 18th at Stan Hewitt Hall and Gardens in Akron. For details, visit www.ohioshakespeare.com or call 330-673-8761.